Hey guys, we're back with another Math with Max. So let me actually get Max so we can actually have Math with Max. Come here. Come here. He's such a silly goose. I can't see you. Oh my god. His breath is so bad. Stop. Why does your breath smell so bad? Yucky. Gross. Go brush your teeth. Okay, so you should have a yellow handout that looks like this. Guys, please, if you haven't done so already, please put your name at the top. I think I had like 7 or 8 papers from last week that didn't have names on them. And as much as I love you, I just don't have time to be finding who they belong to. So please, right now, pause the video if you have to. Put your name right here. Okay? So we're going to start with this first one, number 6. And it says, what is the difference of the decimal numbers shown below? So first of all, the word difference, if you didn't know, I wrote it down. Difference means to compare two numbers using subtraction. So difference means subtraction. Okay, so we are subtracting here. As you can tell from the problem also, there is a subtraction sign right about there. Max, be quiet. Anyway, so a little review before we actually do the problem itself. Max, be quiet. Okay, first of all, we need to know what these things mean. So it takes 10 of these rods to equal 1 hole. If this is a 1 hole, that means that this 1 is going to be on the left side of the decimal. Okay. We also need to understand that 1 of these rods equals 10 of these cubes. Okay, so you can kind of see how they build on each other. Now, I've actually drawn the question out like this so that I can actually write on it, and you can see it a little bit better. So, basically what we're looking at is an equation. We have 2 blocks, 3 rods, and 1 cube, and then 1 block, 5 rods, and 5 cubes on this side. So what we're going to do, or what you need to understand before we start, is that this one and this one, they each equal 1. Okay, if it's a complete square like this, it's going to equal 1. So on each one of these, I'm going to write a 1 on top so that you can see how much that's worth. Okay, so far you should have that. That this one equals 1, this is 1, and this is 1. Now I'm going to do the rods here. Each one of these rods is worth 1/10. So we have 1/10, 2/10, 3/10. So I'm going to write it as a fraction, 3 over 10, because that's showing me 3/10. Just like that. Oh, I did it on the wrong one. Whoops. I meant to do it on this one. So this should be 3/10 on this one. Sorry. This one, if we count, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/10. So right here I'm going to write 5/10 next to my mistake. Okay. And then these guys equal 100th. So this is 1 out of 100. So that tells me that on this side I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 out of 100. Okay. So looking at this side, I have 2 holes, 3/10, and 100th. So I have 2 holes. That means my decimal needs to go right here. I'm going to have a 3 in the 10th spot and a 1 in the 100th place. On this side, I'm going to have a 1 in the 1st place, a decimal, a 5 in the 10th place, shh, Max, and then a 5 in the 100th place. So let me show you what that's going to look like. So this picture looks like these pictures equal the number that's on the bottom. You have 2 holes, so I have 2 here. The decimal goes right here because you're separating your holes from your tenths and your hundredths, so the decimal goes here. The 3/10 is in the tenths place, and then the 1/100 is in the 1 place. On this side, I have 1 hole. I have a 5 in the tenths place, and then I have my 5 in the hundredths place. Okay, now that you have your numbers, you're ready to actually solve the problem. So remember, when we're adding and subtracting decimals, when we're subtracting decimals, you need to remember that the greater number goes on top. So in this case, 2 and 31/100 goes on top, and then we're going to subtract on bottom 1 and 55/100. And then we know our main rule for subtracting is that we have to line up our decimals. If we don't line up our decimals, our answer is always, always, always going to come out wrong. Okay? So first of all, starting on this side, I can't take 5 away from 1, so I'm going to have to borrow from the 3, or regroup, as some of y'all like to say. So I'm going to make the 3 into a 2, and I'm going to turn the 1 into an 11, and then I can start working. Okay. So now we're going to start with 11 minus 5, which should give you 6. I'm ignoring you. Stop. Do you want to come say hi? Okay.
Hi.
Okay. So now I cannot take 5 away from 2, so again I have to borrow from this guy. And now I can do 12 minus 5, which gives us, for my quickies, 7. And then last but not least, bring down my decimal. And then obviously 1 minus 1 would give me 0. Okay. So for my answer, I got 76/100. So let's go back to our our yellow paper. And 76/100 is the very first answer choice. So here our answer is A. Got it? Moving on. Let's look at number 9. Let's look at number 9, please. So on number 9, it says, Aretha gave the cashier $20 to pay for an electric pencil sharpener that cost $14.78. How much change should she receive? So the word change, I know you've heard it before, but I'm just going to give you the definition anyway, is money left over after purchasing an item. You get change all the time. Mom and dad give you too much money, but they want their change back from you, right? They don't want you to keep the whole 20. So that's your change, is the money that you're going to get back from however much you gave for the purchase. So it says that Aretha gave the cashier $20. Now, in the problem, there is no decimal. But we should already know that if it's a whole number, the decimal goes right behind. Okay, there's no excuses for not knowing that by now. So the decimal needs to go right here. So technically what we have is this. So that's what the $20 should look like now. And then it says she spent $14.78. How much is she going to get back? Okay, so by now you should realize that we're going to be doing what operation? Subtraction. So what am I subtracting from the $20? The amount that she spent, which was $14.78. So I'm going to take away $14.78. Make sure you line up your decimals. Okay. Oh, my paper's all over. Okay. So I can't take 8 away from 0, so I have to borrow all the way from this 2 over here. These are going to become 9s because they have to keep giving all the way to this side. And the last 0 gets the actual 10. So now I can solve 10 minus 8, 2. 9 minus 7, 2. Bring down the decimal. 9 minus 4, 5. And then obviously 1 minus 1 is 0. So how much change was given back? $5.22. So again, our answer here is A. Okay? Pretty good, simple, guys. Just make sure that you line up those decimals. I can't stress that enough, because if you don't, we already know our answer is going to be wrong. Okay? So that was number 9. Now let's look at number 10. Now I'm actually not going to I'm not going to do number 10 with you, but I am going to give you a definition that you need to know, just in case you're not sure what something means. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to give you the definition. It says, Gabe had $37.85 in his checking account. He deposited $67.98. How much does Gabe have in his account now? Okay. So it gave you a starting amount. It's telling you that Gabe has $37.85 in his account, but now he's going to deposit more into his account, the $67.98. So we need to understand what the word deposit means. So deposit means to put money in the bank. So that means if he already has an amount, he's depositing more. Are we going to be adding or subtracting? If you said adding, then you're right, and you can solve for it. Okay? So let me get Max back here real quick. Max, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, Max. Oh, he's being lame. Okay, so make sure you turn it in on time. No excuses this time. No late work. Let's start managing our time a lot better, guys. Okay? I'll see you next time.